Alright guys, so we're back in the fish room today. One of my Amano shrimp, she's actually carrying eggs today, so we're going to transfer her over to this and see if we can get her fry to hatch. Here's the female I'm talking about. Now I know a lot of people say that the fry or larva only survive in salt water, so we're going to try to transfer over to that tank. The fishbowl has fresh water in it. We're going to wait for her to drop her eggs, and then we're going to slowly acclimate the larva stage into salt water. Nutri-Seawater has the salinity I need for this type of breeding project. I think what I read online, it has a salinity of 2.6, like I think 3.3 salinity. I'll look that up and let you guys know in the video. Okay, so we just transferred her over to the fishbowl. As you can see, she held on to all her eggs. A lot of times when you're transferring them over, they'll drop their eggs if they're too stressed out. But as you can see, she's held on to all of them. And we'll probably give it a few hours. Hopefully she'll drop. As you can see, they're pretty ready to hatch, but only time will tell. We're gonna leave her in here. I'm gonna feed her some algae that I've dried out. She seems pretty comfortable in here, so we'll see how it goes. So I found out that all of my female Amano shrimp actually are carrying eggs. One female has already dropped hers. These two are already getting ready to drop. As you can see, their clutches are at a dark coloration, and that's what the other females looked like before she dropped hers. She dropped hers in a matter of hours. They might drop theirs overnight. I do have some in the 10-gallon tank below me right now. This is the 10-gallon tank. If I move the light to the side and get real close, you can see them moving around right there. They're close to microscopic, you guys. They're so small. We have to leave this light on for 24 hours. They should morph into tiny shrimp in a few weeks. Hopefully I'll be home in time from work to transfer them into fresh water. This is a saltwater tank. As I said before, I used the Nutri-Seawater to transfer them over into this tank. So I'm going to wait till tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be able to add the rest of the larvae over into this tank. So I'm back in the fish room, just a little follow up. It's been about a week since I've tried the Amano shrimp breeding project. As you can see, it didn't take. There's no more babies left in the tank. And also, on another negative note, I was waiting for the other 3 females to drop their eggs and ended up losing 3 of the Amano shrimp females also. I still have 3 more, 1 male and 2 females. But I'm probably gonna hang up all the breeding projects for right now until I can get my work schedule a little bit better planned out. But on a lighter note, I am starting a new tank. I have a couple of Texas cichlids and geophagus I want to put in this tank. So it's just going to be a simple rock and driftwood tank, South American themed. I have some Honduran red shoulders. When they get a little bit bigger, I'll probably put them in there so they can school along the bottom and kind of accent the tank. But I just have a giant piece of Mopani stumps decorated with rocks. I did get some pretty cool fish at the auction the other day. I got a lot of plants. I got a Bobitis. These are the Honduran red points. They kind of just look more like pink convict cichlids, but that's what they're selling them at the auction, is Honduran red points. So we'll kind of see how it goes. I got some Swastika at the auction the other day. Been really looking for some Swastika Premier Aquatics. I can never find it there. And Optimum Aquatics, they have it in one of the displays but won't sell it to me, so hopefully I can get me a big batch of that up. I do have some Crabensis Fry in this tank if we're talking about breeding, but the adults don't really bring them out too often. You can see one right there by the sponge filter. There's 2 of them. One of them's actually starting to come into coloration. Need about 2 more months with those guys and they'll be a sexable size. I got some yellow lab African cichlids. These guys are about juvenile, sub-adult. They got a really good coloration on them. I can't wait till they get a little bit bigger. Here's the 75 gallon if you guys haven't seen it in a while. I've just kind of let it get overgrown in jungle style. This is where I grow out all my guppies. It's just a substrain of mixed guppies. If anybody knows the common name for these guys, put a comment in the section below so I can list them on my website a little bit better. That's kind of the reason I don't like designer guppies, because they're just so hard to list and name, and a lot of people don't look at them as high value guppies because they're such a crossbred strain. But as you can see, some of these guys have pretty good coloration on them. They got like a jaguar print on their tail. Some of them have a snowflake pattern. I sold all the neons, so right now in the shrimp tank I'm just growing out cherry shrimp. All that's still doing good. Got really dark coloration on those guys since they've been in here. I did get some jungle val at the auction the other day, so I'm going to try to get me a jungle val tank going and just grow out some jungle val. But what I found out at the auction is plants and African cichlids do not do well right now. So if there's any breeders out there trying to sell African cichlids and plants, they might catch a little bit of trouble with it. But that's all I got going on right now, guys. Hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. And like always, thank you for watching.